Yo guys, and welcome back to this new video here on the channel. And on today's stream we're going to discuss the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market once again, just like we're doing every single day here out on the channel. So in today's stream we're going to go over the Bitcoin pump we got yesterday. Bitcoin trading above the 51,000 US dollars once again here, and of course since the lows that we have been generated on the market here, this has been of course an approximately jump of already 22% if you did bought the exact low of the dip, of course. So yeah, Bitcoin of course doing a particularly strong job right now here with recovering back towards the upside. But on today's stream we're going to go over, is it right now the time that we should be starting to accumulate more Bitcoins? Is this right now a time that we maybe should start to be stay a little bit more cautious, because Bitcoin is creating some interesting patterns right now on all kinds of time frames? But we do know as well that Bitcoin has a CME gap on the 53.6k, and we're going to go over about why I do think it is very likely to see the market climbing up back towards, let's say, very high ranges once again here. And of course on today's stream we're going to discuss everything in depth here. So if you are ready for this and if you're interested in the cryptocurrency market, don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right away in towards the content. And as well, good morning for everyone, or good afternoon, or wherever you're from, and thank you already for tuning in towards the stream. But let's go in towards the charts. So what are we seeing in the charts? That's the real big question that everyone is of course asking us right now here. So what we're right now seeing in the charts is quite interesting, because Bitcoin of course came down from the Bitcoin of course came up from the lows, and since coming up from the lows here on the 4-hourly time frame, we look to be of course forming some kind of a flag scenario. So what I will say to everyone out there who is going to be anticipating the Bitcoin price action right now here is that I will be flipping. I'm just right now in neutral stages. I am not going to be saying I'm extremely bullish for the imminent short term. I'm not going to say I'm extremely bearish for the imminent short term. No, what I will say right now to you guys out there is that I will be taking this as my main scenario right now for the 4-hourly candles. If Bitcoin, so far we got rejected twice from the highs here, but if Bitcoin is going to be seeing a continuation towards the upside, so let's say Bitcoin is going to close its 4-hourly candle on the top side and going to close above this upper slope resistance line, this is going to lead towards a massive continuation towards the upside. This is going to lead towards a massive increasement in price action, and it's going to be resulting in Bitcoin most likely recovering all the way back towards 59,000 US dollars. But if Bitcoin is then in that case going to be seeing a rejection from the highs here, like it has been seeing already for the past 2 hours, I personally expect a pullback towards the lows. Of course, here is going to be likely. Of course, we can see level already providing several times support here, and of course, as we're going to fail to hold on towards this level, then we could be looking for a continuation towards the lower side, maybe to fill up the liquidity on the lows from the recent drop-off. So this is definitely a thing that I will be anticipating right now here. And Mr. Mogul, thank you for tuning in towards the stream already. And I will be going over Rune after I finish up on all my thoughts on Bitcoin, because in the beginning of the stream, I will be always start to do my Bitcoin analysis first. So I will be going over it later in the stream. So yeah, pretty interesting what we are currently seeing here on Bitcoin. And we do not want to be seeing a breakdown of this range, because that is going to lead towards this continuation towards the downside. So what we're going to just wait for is right now just clearly see on where the market is heading towards, and then we could be of course take a clear approach what we could be expecting. Of course, I do think that we do have some very strong support below us right now here, since this previous resistance range over here, like you can be approaching over here like this, has been right now of course getting broken with a very significant breakthrough, with a very significant green candle like you can see over there. We right now could be maybe as well anticipate as well further continuation towards the upside if we're going to retest this level again here. So yeah, Bitcoin did clearly break resistance on the 4-hourly candles, and this is of course allowing us to form a higher low structure together with higher highs. But of course this is perfect in a bear flag scenario. So yeah, in this case we're going to be really witnessing on can we be breaking the top side of resistance? That going to leading towards a continuation. Can we not do that? That's going to be lead towards some more bearish price action. But of course, if we're going to then look at the imminent short term, we're going to of course talk about the CME gap. CME gap of course partially getting filled right now here, of course, since we were moving up here from the 49k here towards the 51k. Yeah, you can see partially we have been filling it up, because the CME gap was basically in the beginning of the weekend like this here, and of course right now we have been filling it up ever so slightly. So yeah, right now still we got from up this point of recording, from the point of trading right now, we got another 4.7% surge to go here if we want to be filling up the CME gap. So yeah, of course pretty positives right now that the CME gap is still ahead of ourselves, and like you can see we partially filled it here on the chart, and we right now are of course in for this continuation towards the upside to completely fill up the CME gap. So I will be right now make it a little bit like this here, so we can still see we do have a CME gap above us, and we still have to be breaking through that. Of course, if we were looking from the lows on the market, yeah, we could have been approaching this like a symmetrical triangle, because yeah, there was quite a lot of significance in this chart here. And of course, if we're going to be approaching it like a breakout, and of course we're going to be confirming from the highs to the lows here, you can clearly see we're going to be in for a 5.5% continuation. From the highs we got created on the market right now here, we were just in approximately, let me see this correctly, $500 off here. So most likely Bitcoin is going to be seeing a further continuation up here, in my opinion. If we're going to look at the 1 hour candles, we are right now forming as well higher highs together with higher lows here, since breaking out of the consolidation pattern towards the upside. So yeah, this is pretty interesting what we do see over here. If we're going to come down, of course, towards lower targets, we could be maybe anticipate this downward slope resist line once again getting supported, getting retested as support, or of course this horizontal range over here getting retested as support, because yeah, this was clearly as well a resistance range over here that we right now could be flipping into support again. So yeah, Bitcoin coming down and reversing its trend here back towards range of the 49.2k is definitely going to be allowing us some opportunities to maybe look at long positions, because yeah, a retracement back towards the highs over here could be of course and it could be resulting in a beautiful continuation in this chart, and it's going to be resulting in a very beautiful chart that is going to show us a continuation towards the upside. So yeah, for me, still, I'm going to be anticipate that we're going to be seeing the Cme Gap on the top side going to get filled here. I personally do think it's very likely to expect this, so that's as well a reason why I'm taking this in consideration. Of course, in a second from now on, I will be explaining to you guys out there why I do think Bitcoin is most likely going to increase its valuation, and why I do think eventually that Bitcoin is most likely going to see a scenario that it either is going to first retest the lows, then break out, or Bitcoin right away going to be breakout and see a continuation and maybe go for a very stealth V-shaped recovery like on this chart over here. I think we could be seeing some massive pumps across the border today, or yeah, still in the remaining of this week. And I personally think that we should not be surprised that Bitcoin is going to create a structure where it is going to recover all the way back up towards $59,000. And of course, just give me a moment. I'm going to explain everything to you guys out there why I do think this, because I really base my opinion about the things that of course the future market is doing, of course, and as well what the stock market is right now doing, and all of these things combined are making up my thoughts, of course. So well, I'm going to discuss that in a second. Let me first of all go over some more 4-hourly time frames where we could be maybe aim for some resistance getting found, of course. Yes, so we do know ahead of ourselves here that this 54k range is going to be important to break through, as well as this 56k range here, and of course the 52 towards 51.6k range is going to be important. So the 51.6k is going to be important. You can clearly see here last time around, and I can even extend this level, of course, we got stopped out over here on the market, we got stopped out over here, and of course while we were breaking through this level, this was resulting in a massive breakthrough with a massive green candle, right? So there was a massive amount of volume coming in towards the market since we were breaking above this level. So yeah, this was definitely a major level of resistance on this market. So I will be for sure approach this 51.7k towards the 51.6k as a major level of resistance for the Bitcoin market. And as soon as we're going to be approaching this level, yeah, this could be providing us resistance. And of course, as soon as we do break above it, we could be see similar candles towards the upside with a massive continuation towards the highs here. Of course, it can come down afterwards, but yeah, like you saw over there, it climbed further on from that range here. But yeah, I'm very curious if we could be seeing similar 4-hourly candles like we saw in the beginning of October, but most likely could be seeing those coming towards the chart anytime soon here. So I'm looking forward towards that. I definitely can't wait to see that happening. And of course, then we have to be breaking above this 51.6k level. Daily chart, what are we seeing over there? Daily chart, of course, bouncing so far from the highs of this 48k level. So far, 48k level providing very strong support. For early time frame on Bitcoin, maybe we could be approaching the resistance lines on the RSI a little bit differently. Of course, if we're going to be approaching it a little bit differently, yeah, we can clearly see that we have to be breaking this trend line here from the top side. We're going to be as well aim for this trend line getting broken here on the RSI. And maybe if we are going to see this RSI trend getting broken, we're going to see for sure this continuation towards the upside. That will be, of course, truly lovely to see so. But yeah, that's still yet to be unfolding, of course, on the market. But yeah, so far, Bitcoin daily time frame looks to be finding a bottom, so for curving back up here. What we can still clearly say here to everyone out there is that the daily time frame for Bitcoin is still in a downtrend. So we're forming lower highs along the way down here. We're forming lower lows along the way down as well here. So it's pretty interesting what we currently can see here, and it's very interesting about what we currently can have here as well for this market. But yeah, market is moving down particularly quickly here towards the downside. And so far, yeah, it's pretty interesting on how it's going to be unfolding. We could not be really drawing a significant trend line here from up the highs. Of course, we could be drawing one, but that's not one that I think is significant enough. Of course, from the highs, we could be looking at a very strong downward slope resistance line that it could be maybe approached in the future as a critical level to be breaking through in order to see continuation. And maybe we could be, of course, having a wider view on this market and approach like a big falling wedge scenario on the daily time frame if you're going to be approaching it like this. So of course, so yeah, it's going to be quite an exciting journey. It's going to be quite an exciting few days ahead of ourselves here, especially for Bitcoin, where it is right now heading towards. But I think, yeah, we could be heading right now for a major recovery, what a lot of people maybe could not be foretelling right now here as well. We are going to just look at the falling wedge structure on the daily time frame right now, and of course, just like we saw several times before here we saw as well falling wedge structure. We tend to see falling wedges getting created here in a downtrend because a falling wedge is a typical reversal pattern. It's a reversal structure in the market, and these typical reversal structures tend to break out towards the upside, like you can see over here. These are usually leading towards further continuations up here, and of course they usually as well come with, of course, RSI breakthroughs, and maybe we have to just wait a little bit longer till we're going to see the RSI breakthrough. But yeah, for sure we could be maybe see some more volatility, and of course this is quite a big of a falling wedge scenario, and of course if the falling wedge is going to be breaking out, so if we're going to be breaking the top side of resistance of this downtrend, and of course I'm not necessarily saying that we have to be breaking it towards the upside, because yeah, we could be as well go up here, go towards the resistance lines, reject it, and come still down towards the lows here. So yeah, if we are going to be breaking the top side of resistance, this could be leading towards a continuation towards the upside, and of course if we're going to be breaking out, it could be going very quickly, because yeah, we do know the falling wedge target is of course a 30% surge, a $16,000 surge here. 16,000 US dollars surge here, so that's a pretty big one. And of course, like we do know as well here, is that if we're going to compare market structures, of course, we do know that in an Elliott wave structure, that like we are right now in here, we form 5 impulsive legs up here, and you see the last impulsive leg is going to be the most significant one. And of course, it does make sense to see a bottom getting spelled over here. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting from this point, and I'm very, very ready for it to what we could be expecting right now. Of course, on the weekly time frame, I think the charts are getting pretty interesting right now, because on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin is doing something interesting in my opinion, because on the weekly time frame right now, Bitcoin is forming a beautiful upward sloping support line. So on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin is forming higher lows along the way up here, and yeah, you can clearly see on the previous weekly candle we retest this level and came up right away from that range here. So far it looks to be pretty interesting. Of course, maybe we could be saying that Bitcoin is forming a major pattern on the weekly time frame, and of course we're forming then a rising wedge pattern here, and that's of course more of a bearish bias pattern. So yeah, maybe we could be aiming for that kind of pattern, and we're going to be for sure look at some resistance targets ahead of ourselves on the top side if we're going to be increasing our valuation further on from this range here. But yeah, so far indeed we are still in a higher high trend, we're still in a higher low trend as well. So this is of course looking particularly good here, and personally, yeah, I do not really see the trend getting shifted here as long as Bitcoin is going to form higher lows here on the weekly time frame. And of course, just like we did last time around here, we did form equal lows, of course, on the market, but we still curved up back higher. So yeah, the interest on Bitcoin is not likely to get lost massively from this point. And these are very cheap accumulation ranges that Bitcoin is right now trading on. Well, it is, by the way, pushing up back towards higher ranges here. But yeah, this is very exciting. And as well, one big final thing that I want to be going over here before going over some other very interesting things here, and the reasons why I do think we are likely to see, of course, Bitcoin coming up from this range here, is the 2-week chart here. Of course, I've never talked before about the 2-week chart, but this, of course, is the 2-week chart, the 14-day chart on Bitcoin. So every single candlestick is going to be representing 14 days on the Bitcoin price section. Of course, if we're going to look back towards the RSI on the 14-day price section on Bitcoin, we do know that we do see some accumulation ranges, and we do see some distribution ranges as well here. And of course, like you can see right now in front of the screen here, that every single time we are reaching the green box, that's basically the 50 on the RSI here, we are still in this this support band. We're still in this accumulation range. Of course, as soon as we're failing below the green box, we are in these bear market stages, like you can see over here. We're in these bearish stages. Of course, it is the lowest risk, and of course, it's the best accumulation range what you're in. But of course, usually if you're going to dip below the green box here, you tend to see the market going in a downtrend for a little bit longer. Of course, like we've seen several times before, every single time we do reach the green box, we tend to be bouncing back towards the highs here. Of course, here we unfortunately did not touch it, but of course, every single time we did touch the green box over here, we came back up here. Last time around here as well, May, it did show us in July, excuse me, it did show us a very good accumulation range because it was touching the 2-week RSI box where you would want to be accumulating. So once again, we're trading at pretty low risk stages here for accumulation on Bitcoin. I think the risk that you're taking right now by accumulating Bitcoin is most certainly way lower than the all-time high. Of course, you're accumulating. Of course, like we do know as well, is that if we're going to look at, let's say, a glass down for a second, and we do look at the supply and profit right now. At all-time highs, every single supply, every single wallet is at profit. So basically, chance on a dump is way higher if we're trading at all-time highs, because every single wallet address is in profit, so we're going to see most likely a correction in the market. Of course, we do know as well is that if we got the shakeout and we're then just going to form a new all-time high, we usually tend to go further on, and that's the reason why we do see these major distribution ranges like in May, June, and July, because these distributions are very important for the market, because if we do not get these distributions, Bitcoin is going to even see a more significant fall from all-time highs here. And right now, yeah, we do see that the supply is even dropping below the ranges in terms of profit of September. What once again does clearly means here is that a lot of retailers have been selling off in the drop off here, and a lot of people that have been accumulating, let's say in September, have been already selling off here because there's less supply in profit while the price action is trading higher. So yeah, it does not make a lot of sense here, but of course there are, so far we can clearly see that there are more weekends selling off here. That's pretty interesting, of course, that we do have over here. And there's less supply in profit land while we were trading here on September. So that's very exciting to see here. And of course, this is pretty good news to have here because, yeah, once there's less supply in profit, it's pretty good. And of course, it means that a lot of people have been buying the highs over here as well, retailers. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting from this range here. But yeah, right now, once again, it does clearly shows us it's way less of a risk by accumulating Bitcoin on this range here, while Bitcoin is indeed pushing up, guys. I will be keeping my eyes wide open on the charts right now as well. But yeah, indeed, the risk is most certainly decreased massively. But talking about the reason why Bitcoin is pumping it right now here is, of course, in my opinion, because of the stock market. Because the stock market, like you can see on the left side of the screen here, the right side of the screen is the dollar index. What is right now coming down as well here. But on the left side of the screen, you can see the S&P 500 is shooting up massively. On the past, let me see, 11 hours, so on the last night here, basically, we have been seeing a 1% surge here, and for the S&P 500, it's pretty good here. So far, it's already 1% up today here, so once the stock market is going to open, it's most likely going to have a wider positive effect here. And like you can see, if you're going to zoom out, it looks to be the downtrend is getting shifted. So what you can see over here, S&P has been trading in a downtrend over here. Right now, it looks to be forming a double bottom and it's curving back up here. So I said it several times before, as soon as the S&P 500 is going to flip bullish again, and as soon as the S&P 500 is going to be acting normal and not in a bearish way anymore, it is going to be having such a positive effect on Bitcoin. Because you know why Bitcoin came down so massively last time around? And let me go towards the right chart for me to talk at this chart, of course, and let me go over the right chart to talk about this. Like this red period in the market over here, we came down because of the stock market. This orange phase over here in the market was not a came down of the stock market. No, this was a come down of the market because the market was seeing and experiencing a long squeeze. This was because the market was reversing in a downtrend. So as soon as the stock market is going to curve back up here, it's going to be as well allow Bitcoin to go further in its uptrend. And like you can see right now here, stock market is recovering very quickly after a W recovery. This is of course looking particularly good here as well. We saw a very clear retest of the highs over here, and this is of course looking particularly good. And I personally really think that we could be seeing a continuation from this range here, and it is very likely to as well expect the market is going to see further increasement from these highs here as well. We're forming high highs on the market once again, higher lows as well. So I personally think S&P 500 is going to fully recover next week towards new all-time highs here. But of course on today's opening, it's going to be already quite exciting on what we're going to be experiencing on that one, of course. So yeah, personally, I'm very excited about it right now here. I do look forward towards what we're going to get from this point. But like you can see right now, S&P 500 is shooting up again. And since the stock market is not being so bearish anymore, and since the faith is returning towards the stock market, this is going to be allowing Bitcoin to increase its valuation again. This is going to be allowing Bitcoin to recover back and up and again, of course. And of course, like everyone, for everyone who was sleeping basically on it, but like if you didn't know it yet here, Bitcoin, of course, recently saw a massive liquidation on the market. The movement down towards the lows here over here was not forming a liquidation. The reason why we could have been expecting this massive squeeze still, and that's of course a thing that I should be working on. Let me see what the messages. Mr. Mogul, thank you so much for your amazing emoji. But yeah, of course, we can clearly see we got a long squeeze. And because we did got the long squeeze right now, I'm starting to get bullish. The reason why I'm bullish about a long squeeze basically is because of the long squeeze, the market is over leveraged towards the downside instead of the upside. So you see the market in bull markets, crypto leverage trading is over leveraged towards the upside. So what we can see right now on this market is that this market right now is over leveraged on the shorters. So what we can currently see here is that the majority of the traders are trading short again, and that the majority of the traders are trading and betting against Bitcoin that it is going to come lower. And of course, the reason why this is happening is a very big reason for it. It's a very easy thing here because people tend to trade with their emotions. People tend to trade, of course, with the things that they feel, and of course the feelings, etc., etc. And of course, we can literally reflect it here by the fear and greed index, because the fear and greed index is as well signifying right now there's extreme fear in the market. And that's the reason why we do see more people trading short. And that's the reason why the funding rates are negative. And because the funding rates are negative right now, it's a very good time to be trading, because we do not see funding rates going negative so many times a year. We usually see it 3 or 4 times a year for Bitcoin. And every single time the funding rates are going negative, it has been always showing us a very good time for accumulation. Funding rates being negative for Bitcoin does mean there is no confidence in the market at all. There's no confidence the market is going to move up. There's no confidence that the market is going to see a further increasement, of course. And the leverage traders are basically not betting the price can go up here. And since they're not betting towards that, we could be getting a short squeeze as well. The market is not over leveraged, so we could be going in a longer increasement towards the upside. We could be seeing a further continuation towards the highs here. And if you're accumulating a position right now on Bitcoin, if you're accumulating a long position on Bitcoin, you're going to get paid to be in your position rather than paying to be in your position, what you do have if the funding rates are positive. So yeah, funding rates are a very, very important thing that a lot of people here as well on YouTube, or a lot of people and a lot of traders especially still, are not looking at. And of course, I'm here to educate you guys, and I'm here to tell you, to you guys out there, is that funding rates are one of the most important things to look at, because the future markets nowadays is just such an important thing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, of course, moving down, moving up because of the future market. If Bitcoin sees a massive correction in the market, it usually means we have to wipe out leverage. And of course, like we do know on this correction over here, we saw an approximately 3 billion liquidation, and we saw an approximately flush out of an open interest of an approximately $5 billion US. So $5 billion US went out of the market. And like you can see right now on this chart over here, we can clearly see that the funding rates, and of course that's the orange line here, came down massively. I have to zoom in for a second here. So we can clearly see the funding rates came down massively. So since the funding rates came down massively, of course, it is giving us once again a signal that we could be here, that this could be, of course, a very good time for accumulation. Of course, once the funding rates are negative, it does clearly shows you a good average time for accumulation, because every single time the market went into negative funding rates, it has been showing us that it wasn't very good accumulation range at that point here, like you can see over here, like you can see over here, like you can see over here, and like you can see over here. So every single time we do see these as very good opportunities to be, of course, accumulate the market towards the upside. So firstly, I'm going to say it once again, I think that it is extremely likely to see the market move up here in the coming 2 weeks towards the coming 3 weeks ahead of ourselves. And I'm not saying that the market has to be selling, has to go to 60K today. No, I'm not saying, but I personally expect that in the end of December, we're still going to trade above the 60K or even 65K. Of course, there could be a scenario that we're going to get another leverage flush out, just like September, and it's going to take us another 2 weeks from now on. But yeah, that's the thing that we're taking in consideration. But since the funding rates are right now already so negative, we could be for sure still anticipate that if you're going to short right now here, that you're most likely going to go to Rec City. And I never will be saying to you guys out there, open a short or open a long. You always have to do your own research. But personally, if you're going to short right now, you're definitely going to trade against all the odds here. I think trading short right now in this market is irresponsible, and I do not think it's smart. Of course, like I said before, the market can still come down here. You could be making, maybe make a 4% gain on your short or whatsoever. But if you're going to zoom out right now, is it worth to accumulate swing trade positions? Yes. Is it worth to open trading positions right now? Yes. Is it worth to trade them short? No, I do not think so. It's all because all these things are coming together right now. All these things are coming together. All the charts are coming together. And of course, I mean, I've been right now approximately 5 years. Yeah, right now, literally, right now, exactly in December, I've been 6 years in crypto. I've been 6 years in crypto, and I've been going through with my experience, and I've been seeing every single time, once we get these market corrections, once we see the market coming down, everyone keeps calling for a bear market. Everyone's going to keep calling for very bearish targets, because people want to be seeing the market going lower, because people are afraid. And the biggest thing I learned here is to look at all these things here. And since 2021, of course, we did saw a lot of leverage entering the market. Like you can see over here, the open interest, massively increased on the market since the interest is there. And since the open interest has become so high on Bitcoin, Bitcoin has become a little bit of a different asset. Bitcoin, the interest on Bitcoin is extremely high here. But as soon as you're going to be, of course, only look at the charts, it's not going to be right here anymore, because the charts is a whole different story right now here. Because you right now, nowadays in 2021, you have to as well look at what is happening behind the charts, what is happening with the future markets. And if we're going to look to the future market right now, we did saw a massive wipeout of leverage. We did saw the funding rates and they got dropping negative. We do clearly see the fears in the market. We do clearly see people are shorting the market again, and you have to bet against the odds here. And of course, like Warren Buffett always told us, and Warren Buffett is a good investor, because if he was, of course, into Bitcoin, he made a lot of profits, because his strategy always was to be greedy once others are fearful. And if he always was greedy once others are fearful, you made a lot of profit. And of course, if you would have always bought into Bitcoin, and this is a fact, if you always would have been buying Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin long, once the funding rates were negative, you would have always made a very significant gain. And you know what's very important with trading right now? Thank you for supporting the nation, of course. But you know what's very important with trading right now? Is that if you want to be trading the market, and let's say you want to be swing trading the market, when is the best time to be opening swing trades is the question that you should ask yourself. Is it worth to open a swing trade position once Bitcoin is trading at all-time highs? Or is it a better time to be opening swing trade positions once Bitcoin is in a market correction phase here? I personally see it that it is a better opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin once we're in a market correction phase here. Because once the market is correcting towards the downside, it does clearly shows you a big opportunity. Because in big market reversals, you make the most amount of money. Because you know why? Because those are the most exponential legs here. Just like over here. If you long the market reversal on the lows over here, you would have made 65% gains. If you're going to be longing the market reversal once again, you could be making similar gains. But if you longed in the rally towards the upside, let's say you're going to be buying the dip over here, you perfectly bought the dip, you made a 17% gain, right? So please take this in consideration. Very important structures, very important things to take in consideration if you're going to be trading the market. By the way, Bitcoin is pushing up massively, and I'm going to keep my eyes wide open on this 4-hourly chart right now on Bitcoin. But I personally do not really see that this is a time to be saying Bitcoin is going to 30K. Of course, I put up the poll here. What's going to be happening first, Bitcoin 30K or 100K? I personally say 100K, because I don't think Bitcoin is ever going to go back to 30K anymore in the future. And of course, the people that are right now going to call for a bear market, they're always going to people hating on Bitcoin or whatsoever, because the market is down, and they're salty because they bought the top and sold the bottom, and right now the market is increasing again. They're going to be salty, or they're going to call for rational calls around Bitcoin is going back to 20K. Then I can tell you, all the people that are right now extremely bearish and saying Bitcoin is in a bear market, they will be disappearing in 2 weeks from now on, because the people that are, there always will be people that are going to say so. I mean, I should never listen to all kinds of people. You just always have to be making up your own thoughts here. So as well, always do your own research. I mean, this is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is a hard market to learn. But if you're going to use everything in your power to become a better trader yourself here, I think you should look at all these kinds of things here. If you're going to be trading the market as well, and of course I like trading, I like swing trading the market. Of course, what I would really love to see right now is the market is going to come down one last time here, just like September, that you're in this consolidation phase, right? So I can accumulate a little bit of a better position here. And of course, if I'm going to be able to accumulate a better position on Bitcoin, this is going to be allowing me to make very good gains on this market, of course. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting, and what we could be doing from this range low here, and what we could be getting, what we are heading towards from this point here. But I probably think here that a lot of people will be saying, of course, in 2 months from now, oh, Rover, you were right here. And of course, I've been explaining this story about the funding rates as well in September. Of course, in September, I made a trade where I made more than $300,000 with an initial investment of $25,000. So I literally made a crazy amount of money in September, basically in October, because I accumulated trade in September, made the money in October. Of course, it was a crazy trade, and of course, a lot of people were asking me always, once I was showing that trade, of course, Rover, should I enter a trade right now? Should I enter a trade right here? Should I do this? Should I do that? And you know what? People always ask you if they want to be opening, if they should open a trade once the market is either pumping up here, or once they see, of course, someone making massive profits. But when it is the best time to be really opening a trade here is once you're seeing the market showing low risk here. Of course, I'm not necessarily saying, just like I told you before, Bitcoin can still come down from the highs here. I'm not saying that the imminent short term is going to only go up and up and up. No, I'm not saying so. I do expect that there's going to be a rising structure for Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin is going to do something like this here, right? And then it's going to become up here. But eventually Bitcoin is going to recover. And I don't think that Bitcoin is going to come much lower from this point because the funding rates are already so negative and because the leverage already got flushed out of the market. And since we did saw the leverage flush out over here, since the stock market is going to be flipping bullish again and looks to be flipping bullish again here, since it's flipping back in towards an uptrend, we could be in for some very, very roller coaster days here, and we could be in for a very much continuation towards the upside, while Bitcoin as well closes its 1 hour candle. So please be prepared for everything what is about to come here. Do not expect that Bitcoin is going to be going in a bear market. I think it's an irrational call if you're going to say so. And the people that are right now going to say Bitcoin is in a bear market, Bitcoin is going back to 20K, they will be disappearing in a few weeks from now on. And I think you should be using your knowledge towards your advantage. And once the market is already in extreme fear, once the market is already over leveraged towards the downside, where it was first, of course, on the movement up, it was over leveraged towards the upside, right? So definitely very important to look at right now. And of course, we're going to get another shakeout. We're going to get a similar shakeout on Bitcoin every 2 months or every 3 months here approximately. We're going to see these things happen from time to time here. We're going to see these major market reversals happening towards us time to time. We're going to see so once again, probably maybe in February, maybe end January already, or maybe beginning March. You know, we're going to see more similar corrections in the market, and those are not the times that you should start to be panicking. And of course, we could be maybe take some more profits on our Bitcoins once the market is of course standing extremely high, once the funding rates are extremely high, once the greed is extremely high, once the open interest is extremely high. But of course, I don't really like taking profits on Bitcoin, even though once we're trading at extreme high levels. Of course, I take up very, very partial profits on Bitcoin, because you know why I don't like to take profits on my Bitcoins once we're trading at these highs here? Is because there only has to be one announcement from Facebook and Bitcoin is going to literally push towards 100K. That's the reason why I'm too scared to take profits on Bitcoin, because I am going to be holding my Bitcoin forever. And of course, the moment that I bought my Bitcoin, I always said to myself, I'm at least going to hold it for 10 years. So of course, I'm going to take some profits to be buying some kind of stuff. You know, I have to be paying some stuff as well in my regular life here. So yeah, I usually do take some profits on Bitcoin, and I don't going to take profits in this dip over here. I'm not going to take any profits on this dip. But of course, once we're trading at optimized, I tend to be buying, let's say, a new car or some minor cash outs of course, let's say 1% or 2% cash outs. They are not all too bad here, but of course you always have to make up your own thoughts here. Of course, if you're going to cash out everything and you're going to buy back low, yeah, you did a very good job. But how certain are you that the market is going to come down? It's very hard to be saying so, because yeah, there only has to be one announcement from one big company and Bitcoin is literally going to be exploding with another 50% in a day here. So please take these things in consideration. These are very likely things to be expecting, of course. So let me quickly look at the chat here. He changed his mind no, I don't never change my mind 24/7. That is not true, because then you're definitely not listening right here. I've always been bullish on the longer term. I've never been bearish on the shorter term. And of course, what a lot of people don't still understand here is that if you're a trader and if you're going to trade short term, your thoughts have to be shifting very quickly, because if you're going to be bearish on the market and the Bitcoin breaks the top side of resistance, it's going to be flipping the level into support. Am I going to still stay bearish? No, for sure not. I'm going to look at the bullish scenario, because you're always going to be anticipating as a trader several scenarios, because you do never write everything off on one piece. You're never going to be writing you're never going to go all in on one certain scenario. No, you're going to look at several scenarios. You're going to adjust yourself as well. You're going to adjust your strategy. Once Bitcoin is going to do anything, you're going to adjust yourself towards that strategy. So that's the point. Yeah, guys, by the way, I see right now, we're right now 23 minutes into the stream here, and I'm going to go over Mr. McGowan in a second. I'm going to go over about a lot of things here. I'm going to go over a lot of things right now here about your altcoins and about Ethereum as well, etc. But guys, before going in towards all these kinds of coins here, make sure to slap up the like button. I see we're watching with 1,000 of you guys out there right now here, but let's slap up the like button towards at least 400 likes right now on the stream. If you can smash it up right now here, it will be truly appreciated. And of course, smashing up the like button is of course only going to take a few seconds of your time, and it will be literally mean the world to me here. So yeah, let's go over it. And some people are right now asking is, how do you know to take profits? And of course, if before going into Rune here, and before going over Ethereum and a lot of other coins, of course, how do you know to take profits? I think if you're going to be taking profits, first of all, you're going to look at market structures. You're going to look at market structures, of course. Like this was, of course, a diminishing high that we formed here. And of course, on this point over here, we could have said, okay, we're forming a diminishing high. This, of course, looking like a more bearish buy structure as well. Parabolic run up. consolidation. You never want to be seeing consolidation of the parabolic run up. As well, what we saw over here as well, diminishing highs. You could be as well look at it. Funding rates and of course the open interest. This is of course the open interest chart. Open interest trading at all-time highs here. Once the open interest is trading at all-time highs, yeah, it could be likely to get a massive shakeout in the market. But of course, this correction that we got over here on the market was of course not really a short squeeze, that a long squeeze that we got over here. This movement down over here, it was more because the stock market coming down. So the stock market was coming down, dragging Bitcoin with it. If the stock market was not so bearish, most likely Bitcoin came only down towards, let's say, 52k with a major crash here, just like this here, and then we came up already, you know. So it's because of the stock market right now. We are having a little bit of a harder time here, of course. But yeah, how to take profits? Just look at the funding rates. Just look at the open interest. Just look at the divergence that the market was forming, because Bitcoin was creating clearly a bearish divergence on the daily time frame, and that's of course for sure going to be a thing that you could be looking at. Mana outperforming all altcoins. We'll be going over Mana in a second here. So let me go over Rune here right now. And what are we having for Rune? So Rune, of course, yesterday we were looking at then a 4-hour bullish divergence, like you can see over here. So 4-hourly bullish divergence, they played out over here, and since of that point, of course, we moved up in approximately 12% here. Well, it's of course a pretty nice recovery that we're seeing. Of course, it's still quite far away from the highs that we were trading on before. So yeah, definitely would love to still see an further increase from the ranges, of course, but yeah, so far, yeah, Rune is coming down pretty quickly, of course. It came down pretty quickly right now. It looks to be curving back up. Of course, if we're going to look at an approach horizontal support, you can clearly see resistance, support, resistance, support, support over here, support over here. And once again, providing support on this range, of course. So yeah, on the daily candles, it was a very likely level to expect to hold us on here. So yeah, indeed, it did hold us on over here as well. And since at that point, yeah, we are right now seeing a minor continuation up here. Since the bullish divergence was getting formed here, let me quickly as well enable the MACD here. So of course the MACD was also a very interesting one to see here. The MACD was forming a higher low here on the market, while the price action forming still a lower low. So yeah, MACD is well forming this bullish divergence. So most likely we're going to see is some kind of a trend reversal getting formed from this range here. The reason why I'm saying so is because once you're seeing several bullish divergences getting formed here, it usually shows you, yeah, I mean, it is clearly showing you, Ms. Mongol, you're just keep sending super chats. Because of you, I can't talk right now because those sound effects are way too low for me. So, but Rune indeed most likely going to be seeing a trend reversal, because that's what those bullish divergences are telling you right now here. That could be having a little bit more of a bullish edge here and more of a bullish effect on this market. So I'm looking forward towards that. 1 hour candles still in a downtrend, still forming lower lows, lower highs, but was as well forming this bullish divergence over here on the market. So most likely, yeah, we're going to see a continuation towards the upside getting generated. But yeah, right now, of course, we're forming lower highs on the market, higher lows on the RSI. So we're forming once again a bearish divergence, and hidden bearish divergence. So that's a little bit more unfortunate to see, so to be very honest. But yeah, we're most likely going to see some kind of a consolidation pattern going to get played out here over here, like you can see over here. So we're forming a higher low structure, lower high structure as well. So we're forming some kind of a consolidation phase. And hopefully we could be seeing, of course, a breakout from this point getting occurred. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward towards what we could be having. Most likely we're going to see some more volatility in the imminent short term for the Rune price action. So yeah, Rune pretty interesting, of course. But let me look at Ethereum for a second here, because Ethereum is, of course, a coin that we do want to be talking about. Ethereum is bouncing back towards the highs already here very strongly, of course. So yesterday, Ethereum came down massively again. It pushes up once again towards the highs. But of course, like we did discuss several times before, Ethereum is trading, and you're sending a lot of funny emojis, but yeah, Ethereum of course is trading here on this daily support range here. So you can clearly see over here resistance over here, support over here, support over here. So this is a very important horizontal level, what I have been talking about several times. So the $4,000 is just an accumulation range for Ethereum, and you can clearly see it as well here on this chart. The $4,000 is just a very strong horizontal psychological level as well that is holding up the price action for Ethereum right now very well here. And that is of course a thing that I do love to see on this chart. So what we can still see right now as well in this market is that the price action from Ethereum is still forming a diminishing high here, and we're forming a downward sloping resistance line. Sorry bro, just having fun. I'm down 400k on Rune, trying to make fun. I mean, Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unfortunate, bro, that you're down so much here. But of course, blame it all on Bitcoin. That yeah, if you believe in Rune, and of course, if you believe that the mainnet is going to be having a positive effect on the price action, yeah, you could be still holding it, and you could still make some very good and some very significant profits. So yeah, just make up a very good thought here what you want to be doing right now here, but yeah, just make some fun indeed if you're down 400k here. I mean, my portfolio is also down very significantly, not necessarily on one coin, but for me as well, it's pretty much down here. But yeah, I'm using it to buy, of course, some more cheaper Bitcoin. Of course, you could use it as well in your advantage to be buying some more cheaper altcoins at Ctran. Of course, I already made some very good profits here. Once again, with Matic, I bought some Matic here on $1.80, 76 cents here, and right now already up like 35% already. So I'm going to as well talk about Matic in a moment from now on. And of course, a lot of other cryptocurrencies like Avalanche is doing such a good of a job. But like Matic is just making myself extremely rich right now here. I mean, Matic is just it's just been such a good buy here. And of course, I'm going to talk about it in a second because I want to be like buying towards momentum waves here. And of course, Matic had really that momentum behind itself. So I'm going to talk about Matic in a second here. Just give me some more time here. But yeah, look at it. It is rising once again, very close towards all-time highs here. And so far made a very good profit from it. But yeah, Ethereum, what are we seeing on here? We were talking, of course, about Ethereum, not about the layer 2 solution of Matic. So, yeah, you can clearly see Ethereum forms maybe some kind of a symmetrical triangle here on the daily time frame. So, yeah, there could be quite a lot of volatility coming towards the market here as soon as Ethereum does going to be breaking this top side of resistance on this market. And, of course, as soon as we do break the top side of resistance on this Ethereum market, yeah, we could be in for this continuation towards the upside from that range. So that's, of course, for sure a thing that I'm looking forward towards. Yeah, currently, yeah, we can clearly see trading on the $4,400 US. Most likely, we're going to see a way further increase towards the upside as well compared to Bitcoin. It is just keeps continuing its way up and up and up and up, like you can see over here. Of course, a thing that I want to be saying over here is that like most likely Ethereum is going to lose some valuation against Bitcoin anytime soon again. Because what we can clearly see over here, I mean, we're most likely going to be right now going into this parabolic run up here because you can clearly see over here 4-hour time frame is in a parabolic run-up. This is a thing that you can't deny. Only the bad thing that we're currently can see in this parabolic run-up is that the highs are getting diminished. The highs are getting diminished, like you can see over here. Oh, why is it not working? Oh, here. Like you can see over here, the highs are getting diminished. And of course, if we're going to see such kind of a structure getting formed where the market is going to do something like this here, then we're going to come down again. And then we could be maybe seeing further increase afterwards, of course. But yeah, market looks to be in a parabolic structure. Already reached its price target from my targets I made here. But indeed, Ethereum compared to Bitcoin is just doing a very good job. And of course, I'm a very happy person because I hold way more Ethereum than Bitcoin. Like I said already, like for the past 5 months or so, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, I've been saying to you guys out there that I'm holding way more Ethereum than Bitcoin. And so far, it has been paying me off very massively. Because yeah, I've been accumulating the lows, I've been accumulating the highs, I've been accumulating every single range for Ethereum, and I think it's are very good times to be still hodling your Ethereum. Of course, the risk is most certainly a little bit higher to be buying Ethereum against Bitcoin right now because it's pushing up already so quickly. And of course, if you're buying into Ethereum right now, you're maybe really do something like a FOMO buy here, in my opinion. But for sure, it's doing a very strong job against Bitcoin. It's holding up very well against Bitcoin. And I said already several times before, I think it's a very good time to be, let's say, open a 2 or 3x long on Ethereum and just hold it open for maybe, let's say, 6 months or so. Because if you're keeping your 2x open for 6 months from now on, yeah, you could be making very good gains here. Because I personally think with the merge that is going to come towards the market, it is going to be really helping us to be pushing Ethereum back up towards levels around we've never seen before. So I think it's definitely not a bad time to be opening a very, very small long position over here. So I'm definitely looking forward towards what is going to be playing out for Ethereum. But Ethereum is, of course, looking particularly strong right now on every single time frame. Of course, on the 4-hourly candles, it was forming this W structure, broke out towards the upside. And since then, it saw a very massive continuation towards the highs here. Of course, we could have been approaching this level as a resistance target between, of course. And yeah, like you can clearly see, we broke above it. Right now, we are in for a continuation up here, and it is having of course a little bit more of a bullish edge on the price action right now here. So yeah, real resistance that Ethereum is right now approaching here is going to be this $4,500 level, and personally I do think that Ethereum against Bitcoin could be losing a little bit more of its evaluation on that range here. So I'm going to keep my eyes wide open right now on that level, of course. And of course, as soon as we do break above that range here, we could be in for a very massive continuation towards higher targets for Ethereum. So I'm looking forward towards what we are going to be getting for Ethereum. as soon as we're going to be approaching that level, but I should be making it red, by the way. And if we break above it, we're going to be very close towards all-time highs again here, just like we were last time around here. So Bitcoin, by the way, showing a lot of volatility on the chart here. Of course, moving up, coming down very quickly, up and down and up and down. And so far it keeps steadily moving up towards the highs here. But yeah, we have been not seeing, of course, we have been seeing a higher high getting formed. So the Cme Gap, of course, partially got filled once again here. So yeah, let's see how further on we could be filling the Cme Gap today. And guys, let me know in the chat here real quickly. Like before, I want to be asking you guys something about the chat here. I see we're right now only 2 likes away before slapping it up towards 300 likes. So let's slap it up towards 300 likes on the stream, guys. So don't forget to slap up that like button right now here. Can we get it towards 300 likes? That will be truly appreciated. So guys, don't forget to slap up the like button right now here. Only 2 of you guys right now have to slap it up, and we can reach this 300 target. So don't forget to slap up the like button. And of course, guys, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Will be truly appreciated if you can do so right now here. I forgot what I was willing to talk about. I was going to be talking about something, but I totally forgot right now out of nowhere. I think, yeah, someone asked me about the dollar index. Dollar index, of course, what is going on with it? It's pushing up again here. It's pushing up on the recent hours, of course, giving Bitcoin a little bit of a harder time here. So dollar index still, yeah, consolidating on these highs here around the 96.4. But yeah, pretty interesting what it's doing. It keeps climbing up and up and up. But yeah, the 4-hourly time frame, it's still in a downtrend here. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be having. Pluton is pumping again. Pluton is indeed pumping. Back to $8. That's very nice to see here. Pluton back towards $8. It's very nice to see this. So yeah, dollar index coming back up here a little bit. Pluton, of course, undoing all its hard work from the lows, of course. But yesterday, we were looking at this coin and we were trading on $6. And look at how fast it came up from the lows. So yeah, once again, dips maybe are not so nice here to have here. Dips are maybe not so nice to have here. But of course, it does allow us a lot of opportunities, because if you have been accumulating the dip here on Pluton, yeah, you could have been making literally already 50% gain here. So what that is pretty crazy. What Pluton is doing, once again, personally, I do think it's good to see that this level, this horizontal range over here, is holding up the price section. This is definitely an accumulation range for Pluton. And of course, we're still forming these higher lows here. So let's just remove all the drawings and just approach it from a clear view, right? So you can see higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And it is becoming more and more exponential. So is the price action about to go parabolic? Yes, it is, most likely. I personally think Pluton is going to be seeing an absolutely big surge here from this range here, and it could be literally go and send itself in towards this parabolic structure. So I definitely can't wait to see what we could be getting from this range here. But this does look like a very strong accumulation range for Pluton. And personally, I do think that Pluton is going to see a well further increase from up this level here. It looks like a very solid accumulation range here. Let me see what the chat is saying here. Rover, okay, please go over all metaverse coins. Of course, I can do a metaverse right here. So let me first start off with Mana, Decentraland. Of course, Decentraland came in massively down from the highs. Of course, it came down to approximately 57%. Of course, one of the biggest fallers from the highs, of course, out of the coins. But since, of course, the low has been recovering already 66%. So yeah, buying the dip is definitely very powerful. But like you can see last time around already, we got rejected from the highs here. So right now, again, we're going to retest the highs over here. And this is, of course, a major support and resistance zone. So for Mana, I should, of course, look at it right now. But please wait for, we are going to be breaking this top side of resistance. As soon as Mana can be breaking up the top side of resistance, we could be looking for a massive continuation down here. Good morning, Amir. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. But yeah, right now we can clearly see Mana is retesting this green box of resistance. This is going to be crucial level resistance that we have to be breaking right now today. And as soon as we do break this top side of resistance, yeah, that could be leading towards a massive continuation towards the upside. So yeah, it's going to be very important to look at what Mana is going to be doing right now on this current time of recording, of course. So Sandbox, of course, recovering not as fast as Mana is right now doing. Sandbox, of course, still clearly in this downward trend here, like you can see over here. So lower highs getting still formed on this market. We've been not really forming a very beautiful reversal structure on sand. But yeah, so far it is definitely Decentraland, not sand. That is, yeah, showing us more strength on this market. So yeah, pretty interesting what we do have over here. So far we're still seeing some rejections from the highs there. But yeah, for me on right now, I can clearly still see we're in a downtrend. We're forming still lower highs. So yeah, the trend is not officially shifted yet here, and that's a reason for me to still stay a little bit more cautious on this market. Let me as well go over Gala. Gala, of course, came down massively from the highs here. And we've been talking about the accumulation range of this green box. If you did have been accumulating around the green box over here, yeah, you could have made already 36% gain here. Not as quick here as the Decentraland is doing. Decentraland is definitely the biggest metaverse coin that's holding up the best right now, to be honest. That's recovering the best. But still, from the all-time high, if you bought this token, you have been down 40%. That's of course a massive correction in the market still as well, just like Sandbox, forming lower highs, lower highs. So yeah, we're for sure still in a downtrend, and in order to see Gala going back in an uptrend here, yeah, we have to be seeing, of course, a higher high structure getting formed here, what is going to lead towards a further continuation towards the upside. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but of course, a coin that I do like to accumulate right now, and a coin that I told everyone about already, is like, you have to be buying into coins with momentum. So Sandbox, Mana, etc., they already lost a little bit of its momentum on the uptrend, and right now coin that still has a lot of momentum with it is, of course, Matic. And Matic has quite a lot of momentum because it went in this parabolic structure towards the upside, forming higher highs towards the highs here, and of course forming higher lows as well along the trend up. So as well, break out of the symmetrical triangle, retested this symmetrical triangle very beautifully, and since of that point we saw a massive increase towards the upside. So yeah, Matic Network doing a pretty good job here. Of course, I bought a lot of my Matic tokens, of course way lower already, but of course last time in the drop off I accumulated something around the $1.78 here. And of course, you know what's pretty funny, I did that live in the stream here, so for everyone who did saw it, it was pretty crazy. Of course, it was a pretty nice thing to see here live on the stream, and of course since that point, yeah, Matic did a pretty strong job here, and of course the hype around Matic is still here, and of course it's increasing its valuation. Of course, there are a lot of interesting and good projects getting launched on the Polygon network, what is going to be as well having a wider positive effect on this market. So yeah, I'm personally looking very much forward towards where Matic is heading towards from this level, and I do not really see that's going to be stopping at this all-time high. I personally see further continuation is going to be likely. So yeah, today's candle is going to be pretty important. Where are we heading towards? ADA is recovering very strong here. Bro, what's your opinion about the 4-year cycle on Bitcoin? It is BS. Let me go over Cardano. Cardano is recovering strongly, but it came down towards $1.23 here. So yeah, maybe it is recovering very strongly right now. But it came down as well from the correction phase here on the market massively, of course. So yeah, Cardano came down another 30% here, and of course from the all-time high, it is down approximately 60% right now from the all-time high. 53%, of course, on the lows was 60%. So yeah, coming down massively. Cardano just coming down as hard as Decentraland. Of course, you can basically compare them to each other, but only Cardano did it on a longer scale, of course. So yeah, right now, of course, I told everyone before, I do want to be seeing this green box holding us up very strongly right now, right? And we failed to hold on towards the level, and this is going to be right now providing resistance, I can tell you already. So yeah, pretty crazy level that we have to be holding up right now. And in order to be, of course, a little bit more good here on the Cardano price action, we have to be seeing this green box getting broken here on the price action of Cardano for further continuation towards the upside, of course, from this range. Cardano is right now, compared to Ethereum, trading on very interesting levels to accumulate it on. Of course, like you can see over here, the weekly time frame on Cardano compared to Ethereum is right now retracing back towards these levels. That this was a very good valuation price to accumulate it against Ethereum. So Cardano against Ethereum is looking like a very strong buy right now. Of course, it came down massively down from its highs, but it is right now at a very good accumulation range here. Trading on this this target over here. Thus clearly shows me it's a low risk for potential high rewards buy here as well. Compared to Bitcoin, you could be approaching it, excuse me, from the highs to the lows over here like this. And of course, if you're going to do so, there you can clearly see as well, this is not an all too bad of an accumulation range here. And this could be maybe still provide a bounce for the Cardano compared to Bitcoin valuation. So let's see if Cardano could be taking out some valuation against Ethereum and Bitcoin. Is going to be quite important because yeah, on the weekly chart is looking a little bit more bearish, of course, on this chart here. And hopefully we could be seeing finally this recovery back for Cardano. But give me a second. So Bitcoin, by the way, 1 hour candle. Not a lot of things are happening right now here on the chat in the things. Not a lot of things are happening right now on the chart. So So far, yeah, Bitcoin is trying to push up towards its Cme Gap. That's still trading on the 53.6k. So we could be seeing very certainly a massive pump towards the upside today here. But of course, like you can see right now, for everyone who just tuned in here, Bitcoin is approaching resistance on the top side of this parallel channel. And right now we're retesting this resistance on the highs here. But guys, by the way, today I really real quickly want to be asking a favor for you guys, because we're right now only 24 subscribers away before slapping it up towards 72,000 subscribers. So it's going to be another 1,000 mark that we're going to be surpassing at that point. So if you haven't already slapped up that subscriber button on the channel, don't forget to do so right here. It will be truly appreciated if you're going to be smashing up the subscribe button so we can smash it through the 72,000 subscribers, and hopefully we could be seeing this target getting reached today here. Of course, it will be a truly amazing target if we could be smashing it through that 72k barrier. So guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so. It will be highly appreciated. So let me see. Yo Rover, can you please check Phantom? Of course. Let me go over Phantom, of course. So Phantom, of course, came in now massively. And if you're going to look at the weekly time frame, by the way, you can clearly see this is a very strong accumulation range. So are we right now retesting weekly support? Yes, we are. We are clearly retesting weekly support, like you can see over here. This was a very strong level of weekly resistance, what really hold it back the Phantom price section. And as soon as we were closing a weekly candle above it, Medic went really exponential. So right now, we retested the weekly highs from Phantom. So does it look like a good accumulation range? Yes, it does clearly look like it. Of course, on the daily time frame, previous all-time high flipping into support over here. And of course, if we're going to then look at the previous all-time high over here, you could be maybe approach, okay, this could be a level of resistance that is right now going to be this could be once again a level of support that could be then holding us up here. So far, previous all-time high is holding us up as support here, but quite a lot of resistance still ahead of ourselves here. Like the all-time high is going to be providing a lot of resistance here. There are some certain amount of other levels as well that could be providing a massive amount of resistance along with us. But it's going to be quite an interesting journey that we're going to right now look at. Of course, we can clearly see as well this range over here. It's going to be critical resistance box for the Phantom price section. But is Phantom right now a good time to be accumulating? Of course, no financial advice. You always have to do your own research. But it does look like we're retesting a very strong level of weekly support and daily previous resistance. So it does look like a pretty fair valuation you could be starting to accumulate on. And Phantom coming down so massively from the highs here. I think it's a good project. It's most likely going to still do a pretty good job here. So I'm looking forward towards what Phantom is going to be doing in the coming months ahead of ourselves here. So hope you get better. I feel pretty good here, man. I don't feel bad at all here. SafeMoon will be surprising a lot of people here. I mean, no, SafeMoon is a shit coin in my opinion, and I don't think that you should be holding this. Of course, everyone. I mean, I don't hold this token. I mean, it didn't surprise me at all because it came down so massively. Of course, so SafeMoon is a shit hold in my opinion. Of course, I can't really see even the chart here because it's just a very weird project, of course. And like, look at how low it is trading. I mean, everyone was getting excited over here once again that eventually we do know that these tokens are just not going to do a good job here. Of course, the way how it works with the distribution, if you're selling, you have to pay and you have to give to other people. Of course, it's a funny idea to incentivize holders, but look at how low the volumes are. I don't think that SafeMoon is going to surprise anything here. I still think it's not a good coin here, and I still think that the buying SafeMoon right now, you're buying at extreme low level. So you could be making, of course, some very good gains here for sure. I'm not saying that you could not make any money from it, but I do not think it's just a good hold as a token. Like the fundamentals of the token are just not speaking to me, and I would like to rather buy into coins with better fundamentals than coins that are shitty, of course. So Rover, Bitcoin will go to 40k. Accept that, please. Accept that. I know I don't accept that because I don't. I mean, 40k is for sure definitely still possible. I mean, it's not out of the books, right? But no, it's not going to necessarily go towards there. I think that the chance is still relatively low here because why, if the market is over leveraged towards the downside, why should we continuously go down from that point? That's not likely. Crypto Rover, hot looks like breaking out. Don't you think so? Let me quickly check up on Holy Chain here. Holy Chain, they broke out here already earlier of this daily pattern. So holy damn, Holy Chain came down massively, of course. Richest price target. That's really nice to see here. But Holy Chain looks to be breaking out. Of course, broke out of this symmetrical triangle over here. But right now I can remove the drawings because we already broke out of it. And then of course on the 4-hourly time frame, we're shooting up pretty quickly in the 1-hour time frame as well. So yeah, what we could have been maybe approaching on holochain over here, of course, with this massive correction, we cooled off, but right now we're forming some kind of a double bottom structure. We formed, of course, a higher low on this trend here, so that's of course looking particularly good. If you're forming a higher low in this market, yeah, you're basically seeing, and you're basically reflecting that the market is increasing its strength again here. Of course, was forming this local top over there. So yeah, you could be approaching like a W structure. So is it breaking out? Yes, look like it. That's for sure. To in order to call ready for a breakout on holo chain, I should be really waiting for a 1-hour candle close above the range high of resistance over here. As soon as we do take out the previous high, we're forming a back in towards a higher low structure. And that could be, of course, having a little bit more of a bullish edge here. But for sure, if you're going to look at any altcoin right now here, because all the altcoins are moving up here, because Bitcoin is indeed 6% up today here. So Bitcoin pushed up pretty quickly today above the 50K again, and almost above the trillion market cap again, guys. So we're below the trillion market cap. We're about to come over it again. But yeah, you just have to be looking at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin dragged the market up again today. If Bitcoin is going to correct, the altcoins are once again going to bleed like it was before. So do you really think it's going to be right now a matter of just look at what all the altcoins are going to do? Of course, it's going to be important to look at them. But for sure, what I think is going to be crucial to look at here is what about Bitcoin is going to do, because a lot of people just usually oversee Bitcoin. They don't really take Bitcoin for granted, but Bitcoin is going to be always be the most important asset that is going to be just literally lead the market. So for me right now, I think, yeah, altcoins could be having a very good time as soon as Bitcoin does break this top side of resistance on this 4-hourly candle, what it is currently trying to do so, of course. So you can clearly see Bitcoin is approaching resistance. And guys, should I stay in line for the 4-hourly candle close? So we can discuss this parallel channel breakout, or this bear flag breakout towards the upside. So we're going to flip it bullish. So we could be maybe potentially going towards a V-shaped recovery. So if we do break this top side of resistance, it's going to be extremely bullish. Well, Bitcoin is pushing up right now here, 51.5K right now here. So pretty interesting push up that we're currently experiencing on the market. Bitcoin definitely moving up right now here. Of course, it's going to be closer to fill off even the Cme Gap further on from up this range here. And we're going to go over way more coins, guys, if we're as well going to stay in line for even longer from this point here. Quickly check up. Let me quickly check up. So let me as well enable the volume. This is not the right chart to check the volume, of course, on. But yeah, some people are saying the volume are getting lower. This just shows a weakness in this movement. Of course, the volume is not necessarily extremely high here. But like we have been explaining several times before, is that I think these volume profiles are so different than 2017. People always said in 2017, we were seeing a lot of significance with the volume. If the volume was low and the push up here, it usually was showing a fake movement up here. But I mean, we don't necessarily have to see high volumes for a movement towards the upside in the market. This was an extreme low volume movement here, but we came up here. And you know what it happened is because there were not a lot of sellers. The volume on green candles are low once there are not a lot of sellers. It doesn't necessarily reflect manipulation, because the markets, once the market is coming down, the volumes are high because there's a lot of accumulation. The volumes on the green candles are low because there's a lot of less distribution. But of course, the volumes on green candles are usually extremely high once we're breaking through critical ranges of resistance, or once we're breaking through with very, very significant green pushes here, just like this here, with an approximately, how much big of a push was this? This was an 8% pushes. Then it's likely to get such a high volume. But with these candles that we're getting over here, it's not necessarily weird that we're getting not such high volumes. And of course, Bitcoin increasing its valuation with low volumes towards the upside is not bad. And of course, it's definitely a misunderstanding than with 2017, because in 2017, it was really reflecting the manipulation. But right now, nowadays, we do see less and less sellers in the market. And if there are not going to be any sellers on 51.4K, and they're going to be only buyers, of course the green candle is going to have low volumes, and of course the red candles are going to be having way more volumes, because yeah, once the market comes down, they are looking to accumulate, and once the market going up here, there are not a lot of sellers, because that's literally what we as well do see on the on-chain data. We do see that sell volume has been rapidly decreasing over the whole year already, and that the sell volume is approximately 60% lower than Q1 and Q2 2021 compared to the dates right now here. So yeah, it's not bad. It's normal. it's a good thing to see as well, because this clearly shows us that there are not a lot of people looking to sell off their Bitcoin right here. Let me see. Bull trap, be careful. 4 hour, please stay on. Everyone want to see. Some people, of course, are saying a bull trap. Pretty interesting what, of course, all the other thoughts are on the market. Of course, since the last time we checked it here, the funding rates are still massively in the negative here. So we can clearly still see that the majority of the people are still trading in the market, short trading the market towards the downside, and that, of course, just clearly gives us a signal that we could be maybe a little bit more bullish, of course, since a lot of these short traders are here in the market, and we do see there's extreme fear in the market. Of course, it is likely that, of course, people will be saying it's a bull trap or whatever, because they want to be seeing the market going lower, because they did clearly sold the dip here. But of course, you know, let's say you sold the autumn high, it's always going to be the question on when are you going to be buying back. I mean, people always want to be buying. Let's say people want to have a dip to be buying their Bitcoin. People want to have a dip to buy their Bitcoin. The market dips and they're still waiting because they want to be seeing another dip from the point. The market dips from up that point and they're still waiting. They're still waiting to accumulate. And of course, there's still people right now standing on the sidelines that were looking to accumulate Bitcoin on 60K. Market came down to 50K. They were not accumulating. Market came down for the 42K. They're not accumulating because they want to be seeing 30K. That is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yo, what up, Rover? I'm feeling extremely good. How about you? So we'll be going over VeChain as well in a second here, Amir, to discuss everything about it. Bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Let me quickly go over it. So, I mean, we're not forming a bearish divergence right now on this chart because, market is forming higher highs along the way up here. So on the RSI, we're not forming any bearish divergence. On the MACD, it's not bearish divergence yet here because you can only call bearish divergence on the MACD here once you're right now going to see not these lime candles, but these green candles again here that you're forming a lower high. That's when you call bearish divergence. This is not the point to call bearish divergence yet here. But indeed, you're losing a little bit of strength here on the movement up here. But as soon as we do get green candles, we could be looking for a bearish divergence on the MACD. But so far on the RSI as well, we are not seeing a lower high getting formed here. It's still forming a higher high. So no bearish divergence yet confirmed. But of course, if the market is right now going to see this 1 hour candle come down a little bit here, this could be for sure create a bearish divergence from that point here. Let me see. Head and shoulders on Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, some people are going to be maybe approaching the massive head and shoulders on Bitcoin, like this point, from here, like left shoulder, head, right shoulder could be maybe play out here, and people are going to start to become very afraid if this is going to be playing out here. Head, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Let's see how it's going to be playing out here. Maybe we could be creating a massive head and shoulders here on the Bitcoin daily chart. It's going to be quite exciting if we're going to see so, because I remember those times here that we were creating apparently in head and shoulders over here, like left shoulders, head, right shoulder, and I was in like these calls with some other peoples, and they said, "Oh, Bitcoin is going to break to 20K because it's forming in head and shoulders." But I said every time before as well on my channel, yeah, you could be looking at head and shoulders, but never look at head and shoulders if you're not seeing a straight support or resistance line, because then head and shoulders is becoming a little bit irrelevant, because then it is not reflecting the real head and shoulders. Of course, you can still look at it. Sometimes it does play out here, but on crypto, usually once it is not having a horizontal line, head and shoulders are not very strong here as well. Why should you be approaching head and shoulders once you're, of course, forming an upper pelvic support line? Because you're basically in an upward trend. It doesn't reflect anything. You're on an upward trend, but you're still going to be approaching a bearish, high. No, that's not true. That's not how you should be approaching in head and shoulders. And head and shoulders is good if you have a horizontal neckline, because that basically reflects the market is losing its strength from the highs, and it is going to retest the same level of horizontal support again, and then most likely it's going to be breaking down here. But of course, if you're having an increasing high, you're still forming higher highs respectively, higher lows respectively, so it's not necessarily all too bearish here. I'm long since the 47.3K with a 84x leverage. Let's go, bulls. Let's go, bulls. Let's go. That's a pretty crazy one. So, so by the way, Bitcoin trying to be finding its way back up here. I thought for a second something was happening, but so far, of course, 4 hourly candle is going to be quite crucial to be breaking right now. Of course, like we have seen and like we have said before, that 4 hourly candle is indeed right now still trading against this resistance on the top side. And this resistance on the top side still yet to be broken here, of course. So we would love to see, of course, this happening live on the stream. Let me see. Crypto.com even further to let me check up on Crypto.com real quickly. Crypto.com came down, massively recovered. So Crypto.com, of course, seeing a massive rally towards the highs getting formed there. Of course, from the all-time low here, and all-time low, since the low of the market, of course, we have been seeing an approximately 82% rise here. Guys, just do you hear this right? An 82% rise within 2 days. Within 4 days, excuse me. So this is a pretty significant rally that you did got in the market if you did bought the lows here. Of course, bouncing from all the highs, previous resistance, bouncing from them. So what I will be aiming for right now is that this continuation from this downward sloping trend line is going to be most likely in play here. So what I will be looking for right now here is that Crypto.com has to be breaking this downward sloping trend here. If Crypto.com does going to be breaking this downward sloping trend, yeah, we could be looking for a continuation towards the upside. We could be looking for further continuation towards higher targets. But as long as Crypto.com is going to get rejected by this downward slope resist line, yeah, this could be having a little bit more of a bearish edge, and this could be helping the market to come down a little bit further from level. So it's going to be pretty interesting about where we're heading towards right now. But so far, yeah, it does look quite exciting. It does look quite interesting as well. But yeah, 65 cents is around the level that we're trading on. And for sure, this downward slope resist line is the level that we have to be breaking. As soon as we do break this downward slope resist line, it's going to be for sure in for a massive increasement towards the upside. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. As well, someone to say, are you serious? We looked at the 1 hour, but not the monthly and the weekly. I mean, we have discussed the monthly and weekly divergence already in the beginning of the stream. But of course, yeah, we do look at them. And of course, if we're going to look as well at the monthly time frame, yeah, we have been forming a bearish divergence. But the whole point here of the monthly time frame, we have been, of course, have been significantly forming a bearish divergence indeed. But is this bearish divergence, is this loss of momentum on the monthly time frame really going to kick us in such big of a correction phase towards the downside? I mean, look at the monthly candle so far. Are we going to flip it in the green? We're going to most likely see further continuation up here. As well on the weekly time frame, we have been seeing bearish divergence here. I mean, if you saw the bearish divergence already over here on the 38K. You saw it there because you were forming a bearish divergence on the market on the weekly. If you did that, you missed out on 77% gains. So bearish divergence on weekly and monthly timeframes could be there for a very long time. Bitcoin can go up here, can go up to 80, 90. It can be there for a very long time before coming down, and then you're going to be blame it on the bearish divergence. I personally do not think that if we're going to look at the monthly time frame, that's going to be respectively to really tell us something about this bearish divergence. Yeah, we can clearly see the monthly time frame is losing momentum. That's true. But yeah, it doesn't change up any fundamental thoughts on Bitcoin, and it doesn't change up any institutional thoughts on Bitcoin whatsoever. So yeah, of course, it's important to look at, no doubt about that here. But we do know that we can, of course, on the weekly time frame especially, trade with these bearish divergences for quite a long time and still continuing our way up here. And of course, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be important to look at. But on the weekly time frame, we're not forming any bearish divergences right now, to be honest, because on the weekly time frame, if we're going to look at the imminent short term, we're bullish because yeah, we're forming a bullish divergence, like you can see over here. So what you can see right now on this chart here is that the market is forming a higher low. While the market is forming a higher low, the RSI is forming a lower low. So like you can see here in the front of your screen here, weekly time frame is not necessarily bearish. It's not forming a bearish divergence at all. And because a lot of people don't really understand about rating divergence, but give me a second real quickly. So what you can see on the weekly time frame is, of course, price action forming a lower high here. While we're forming a lower high, we're forming a higher low. While we're forming a higher low, we're forming a lower low on the RSI. And that's the reason why we're forming a hidden bullish divergence. But we're not forming any bearish divergence on the weekly time frame at all right now. First of all, yeah, like I just told you, we're forming a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. Second of all, here on the weekly time frame, we have never formed a bearish divergence because if you're looked at divergence on the weekly time frame, you're always going to compare the previous highs here. And of course, in terms of previous highs, we of course massively increase in our valuation towards the highs here. And of course, as well on the monthly time frame, right now, if we're going to increase further on from this point, we're going to be looking towards the previous high that we got to create in the market, because yeah, then you're going to be approaching it from this year. And of course, there was way more momentum in the market than before. Of course, search it up on Google, search it up on how to read divergence. But if you're going to look at the bearish or bullish divergence whatsoever, and guys, by the way, the rover trends indicator is going to as well be helping you guys to read better divergence and read market trends and read market trend reversals. The weekly time frame is, of course, right now, if I would have been getting my indicator giving a very bullish signal on this market, because yeah, we're forming this bullish divergence over here. But yeah, you're going to compare always the previous highs towards each other. Market forming higher highs on the market, and this of course is respectively looking very, very bullish for Bitcoin. And I don't really see that Bitcoin is losing any momentum at all here. It's creating more bullish momentum right now since it's forming this hidden bullish divergence. And like I explained to you guys out there as well here, if we done our research, and of course the most strongest divergence that you can create in a market is once a market is going to form a hidden bullish or a hidden bearish divergence, because the hidden divergence usually tend to show more strength on markets. So let me quickly as well check up on the MACD, what it is currently doing here. So far, yeah, pretty interesting still, pretty neutral, not a lot of very interesting thoughts here, to be very honest. I mean, yeah, we're still as well forming a hidden bullish divergence on the MACD right now on the weekly time frame. So yeah, pretty interesting on the monthly time frame, by the way. Yeah, still losing momentum on the MACD, so it's pretty neutral, pretty okay. So yeah, pretty interesting to look at. Of course, very important to look at the higher time frames, and don't judge if you have not seen it yet here. Bullish 100k incoming. You're my favorite YouTuber. That's very nice to know. Bears are getting indeed, bears are indeed getting eventually being bearish on Bitcoin is the stupidest thing you can ever do here, in my opinion. Being bearish on such good of an asset, being bearish on such kind of a revolutionized asset is just, in my opinion, very stupid. You taught me last time I called the divergence and I went to learn it. Thank you, man. No problem. I love it. I mean, what I love, I think what is very, very important here is that, like, divergence. Just learn divergence on all these indicators. Just learn to read divergence on the money flow index. Learn to read a divergence on the MACD, on the RSI. And if you can do that, you can already identify very good momentum on the Bitcoin chart. And if you know how to identify momentum on the Bitcoin chart, you're going to be making very good profits. Rover, I have a question. Everyone on Reddit saying KuCoin is catchy. Is this true? Personally, you know, I don't even use KuCoin, so I don't know. I've never read about it. But I do know out of my people that I go with that use KuCoin never had a bad experience at all. So I don't know if it's true, and I don't know anything about it, so I can't say it. But I do not think it's sketchy at all. I think it's a very good exchange, to be honest. Let me see. Boo, indeed. And being bearish is smart. Things go up and go down all. I mean, I've never said that being bearish is not. I mean, being bearish on Bitcoin on the long scale is not smart. I said being bearish on Bitcoin on a wider view and in the long term is not smart, in my opinion. Of course, on the lower time frames, you can be bearish. On certain time frames, you could be bearish. But if you're going to be bearish for Bitcoin in the coming months and coming years ahead of ourselves, I think that's not smart. But of course, yeah, being bearish on Bitcoin is sometimes good here. I mean, I've been trading shorts on very big market corrections, and of course, I did it live on the stream. You know what's very funny is, like, if I was, let's say, going to become bearish on YouTube over here, probably everyone would have been hating me, because I did the same over here as well. But of course, I don't care what people are going to be saying about me or whatsoever. But I was bearish over here on this whole period over here for, let's say, 2 weeks time. I was bearish on this range here. I was bearish on this range over here. I was extremely bearish on the market on this range over here. I shorted the market as well. And of course, I shorted it live on my stream here. When I opened my short, etc. You can literally see my short over there as well. And I made a few amount of Bitcoins with it, like two Bitcoins approximately from the short over here. Of course, I showed it as well all in the stream. I made some very good profits by shorting the market. Literally with $3,000 I made 2 Bitcoins. 1.5 Bitcoin. So it was a crazy short that I took here. It was high leverage because I was very confident that we're going to get a market crash here. And of course, how I was using my strategy was like when a pyramid trading strategy. But once the market keeps going up here, we'll be adding more to my position. So it was a pretty crazy trade here. And it was making very good profits with it. But everyone hated me that I was saying the market is going to most likely have a correction. And you know what? I don't care anymore about what people say. But yeah, of course, once I do call these things here, you can never do it right here. You can never do it right. Bro, when is your indicator coming? Indicator currently getting built here. My developer said like 4 days ago, maximum 2 weeks here. So expect the indicator to be around here, around yeah, next week, maybe end next week. End next week, the indicator will be around here. And guys, probably the first, I mean, I will be first of all give the indicator away on my streams here to some people that already want it. Because yeah, guys, it's going to be a free indicator, and of course, if you want to be getting my Rover Trends indicator on TradingView as well, that is going to be helping you to identify trades, etc., identify momentum shifts, identify big market swings, etc., etc. Don't forget to right now, yeah, hit that subscribe button on the channel, because yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you're not going to be able to win it. Because yeah, we're going to just give it away free to you guys out there, and of course, you could be eventually as well, like maybe probably end of December it's going to be available for everyone, and in the first week I have it, I'm just going to give it away to some people to get early access to test the indicator out here, because yeah, maybe there's still going to be some bugs in the indicator. But guys, if we can get to 72k right now here, we'll be truly appreciated. Only 14 of you guys have to slap up the subscribe button, and then we're going to reach the 72,000 subscribers on the channel. That will be of course a truly amazing target that we could be reaching on the channel right now. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Can we reach the 72k today? It's going to be a crazy target, of course. We want it, of course, guys. You will be getting it. What leverage did you use? I used on 50x approximately. It was a very high leverage, but I was very certain because we broke as well down on some very important. You can as well just go back to my channel, and I think the title is Rising Wedge Breakdown or so. But you can go over that video as well if you want to be seeing it back on my channel. But yeah, I was like using a pretty high leverage, and I was using a pyramid trading strategy because I was very bearish at the point, and I was thinking we were very close. I entered like on 53.8k, and I added up 2 or 3 times more with quantity. I doubled down my position, and yeah, then the market crashed out of nowhere. So yeah, Rover 100k before 2022. I think it's maybe we could reach it. Maybe we could reach it, guys. We're only 9 away from the 72 car right now. But no, I think 100k before 2022 is going to be a really crazy target. But for sure, in 2022, I think we could be reaching it. Yeah, market makers will. But yeah, indeed, there are always a lot of market makers in the market here in crypto. This literally this movement down here is as well a market maker move. And of course, first the wheels drop, and then of course the FOMO comes in here. These longs get squeezed out. They buy back right away here. Yeah, then we're going to see a further on increasement. See Bitcoin going lower, yes, for sure. Never keep it. Always keep it in your books, of course. Like I said several times before. How I will be anticipate Bitcoin right now here is that I'm going to look at this very significant pattern here of this this structure of the bear flag, of course. So bear flag is still in play. Can Bitcoin come lower from up this point? Yes, because we now officially broke out. As soon as Bitcoin does break out from this range high, yeah, we could be looking for an increasement towards the upside. But if Bitcoin is going to not break out of this this bear flag scenario towards the upside, then in this case, yeah, we're going to see a further continuation down here. So it's definitely could be going either direction still from this point, and we just have to be waiting to see where the 4-hour candle is going to be closing, of course. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be having from this point. I mean, the 51.8k. I don't necessarily. Of course, yeah, we do look at the 51.8k here as this level as well, and the highs. Previous resistance target, of course, like we were getting rejected from several times. But selling my whole back here is a little bit too big of a risk for me. Selling my whole back for potentially buying back cheaper is a big risk. Very big risk. Cardano pump incoming. It would be truly amazing if we can finally see Cardano pump. You will be staying with the 4-hourly close, right? I mean, not officially yet. I was asking you guys if you want me to stay for till the 4-hourly kind of close. I don't know yet. Because I still have maybe something to do. I mean, I will be for sure. Like, guys, so should I be live today here once the stock market is well going to be opening? So on 3:30 today here. So let me know in the chat. Should I as well be live here once the stock market is going to open to see what kind of effect on volatility we are going to have on the market? Let me know in the chat. Hopefully you guys would love to see that. You sound pretty laid back today. I mean, I'm pretty good here today. It's going up right now. I mean, yeah, so far it is indeed going up here, but Bitcoin, yeah, creating a particularly big wick here on this this 1 hour candle right now, 6 minutes away before closing it. Stay always, Nicole, asking for the daily candle close. Stay live for the daily candle close. I enjoy your company. I mean, that's very nice to know. Why are you not excited? I'm very excited. I'm very excited. But for me right now, I would love to see the market. I would love to see, of course, this 1 hour candle getting closed here. Then we're going to be going over then afterwards we're going to go over the 11 o'clock candle. Hopefully we could be seeing a particularly big pump here on the next 1 hour candle here. Would be truly amazing if we could be finally seeing this pump, of course, coming towards us, because yeah, we would love to see, of course, this 4 hour candle as well break out bullish here towards the upside. It's going to be very important. But yeah, let me quickly go over BNB here for you guys. BNB had a pretty interesting thing playing out here. So BNB had a hack here. So Binance Smart Contract and this other brand had a 200 million fund. Oh, sorry, this is a different article. Let me see. It was like a hack, if I say it correctly, or not. Or did I saw it on a different site? I think I thought it was like an Binance hack on the BNB, but I think I read it incorrectly. But yeah, pretty interesting what we do see right now in the market. Let me see if there are some interesting articles that we do have over here. No, not necessarily interesting articles, to be honest, coming up here. But yeah, pretty cool to see what we are having. Pretty cool to see what we're having. By the way, yeah, Ethereum doing already an approximately burn of 1.1 million here. Pretty crazy burn. Hello, my name is Milan. Milan, very nice. Very nice name from you. Very cool name, to be honest. Milan. Very cool name. So yeah, so far a particularly big burn already on Ethereum in the past 122 days, of course, since the London hard fork upgrade. And of course, in US dollars, it's an 4.4 billion US dollar liquidation. What is not liquidation, but 4.4 billion US dollar burn on Ethereum. What is of course particularly big here. That's very funny by you. That's very funny. So yeah, Ethereum so far, yeah, burned quite a lot of tokens already. I'm pretty bullish about Ethereum, of course, as well. If the proof of work removal is going to come there, we're going to see we're going to be seeing a supply peak approximately around the 190 million. Of course, we are right now expecting the merge going to come out in May, so beginning summer. And of course, then we're going to be expecting a supply peak from an approximately 120 million Ethereum. That is going to be the highest supply we're ever going to be seeing on Ethereum, because afterwards we're going to see a significant amount of decreasements in terms of projected value, projected total supply here, because yeah, the merge will be making Ethereum deflationary. Currently, Ethereum has 118.6 million in circulation. Of course, we're going to probably have 120, and then we're going to start to become deflationary. So it's going to be a very interesting one. Wait for it. Indeed, we're going to definitely wait for it. 2 more minutes, guys, before we're going to close this 1 hour candle. But yeah, let's look at the BNB for a second. BNB recovering pretty quickly here towards the highs. Downward slope resistance line was getting formed on this market. Since this downward slope resistance line was getting formed on the market, yeah, we came down pretty quickly from the highs, of course. But as well, yeah, BNB has been forming some kind of a consolidation phase here. So BNB is really forming, let's say, a symmetrical triangle, like here, like you can see over here. BNB has been forming a symmetrical triangle, and it has been for sure really consolidate the price action in towards an apex. So it is really seeing this this consolidation phase in the market, and so far it looks to be we're about to get squeezed out of it, and that could be really lead towards a massive continuation towards either direction. Most likely it's going to be towards the upside, since as well the market has been trading in an upward trend here. So yeah, definitely very exciting to see what we're right now seeing when the BNB price action. And as soon as BNB as well breaks the top side of resistance, we're going to see this continuation towards higher levels as well getting formed from this point. So King Milan is once again saying, King Rover, please send it towards the moon. I mean, if I could have the ability to set everything towards the moon here, it will be truly amazing. But for sure, we're eventually going to go towards the moon anyways, Mr. Mogul. So it's going to be a very exciting journey that we're going to have here. So HODL strong. we're going to the moon. So no, pretty cool. Thank you for supporting the nation, of course. And what is Johnny as well saying? Maybe 11 o'clock pump will be breaking out here. It would be truly amazing if we could be seeing that 11 o'clock pump getting occurred on the market. But yeah, indeed, BNB right now is having, of course, a little bit more of an exciting and daily candles, because it's forming this massive consolidation pattern. And of course, as soon as BNB does, is going to be breaking out of this pattern. It's going to be going for a 20% surge towards the highs here. What could be leading BNB, setting a new all-time high around the $744. What is going to be? Oh, excuse me, I fortunately switched to my big screen. I don't know how I pressed that. I think I pressed that by accident. I do have like, excuse me for that. A little bit of a mistake here. I was not aware I pressed it by accident, but I see it on my second screen. Because I have my stream open on my second screen over there, and I saw it. Unfortunately, I opened the big screen here. So excuse me for that. But yeah, BNB looking particularly good here. It's going to go for a 20% surge as soon as we do break the top side of resistance. Of course, it's likely to anticipate this breakout towards the upside, since we have been in an upward trend here. So yeah, looking good here. BNB is a very good asset to be holding right now, and I think BNB is going to be a very good asset to be looking at in the coming days ahead of ourselves. But Bitcoin closing its 1 hour candle in 16 seconds from now on. So that is pretty crazy what we do see over here. And let's see what we're going to get for this this 1 hour candle close for Bitcoin. And of course, right now, since we did close this 1 hour candle over here, we're going to go in towards the last the last 2 hours of the 4 hour candle close as well. And of course, this 1 hour candle close is going to be quite an exciting one, because this is the 11 o'clock candle. And usually, guys, once we're streaming on the 11 o'clock, we tend to see big market push-ups. We tend to see big market pumps here. So yeah, hopefully we keep seeing a market pump today here. 51.3K is the level we're right now trading on. And let's see where this 1 hour candle is going to be bringing us towards. So yeah, it's going to be quite an exciting one. And guys, we're right now extremely close. We're extremely close right now towards this insane target of 72,000 subscribers. So right now, only 6 of you guys away before slapping it up towards 72,000 subscribers, guys. We're so extremely close. Can we reach it today? It will be truly amazing. If you haven't already smashed up that subscribe button, don't forget to do so. It will be truly appreciated. And whoa, out of nowhere. And yeah, of course, that's pretty unfortunate. But yeah, sometimes YouTube is going to remove some subs there. Probably that's just happened because YouTube, tends to be removing some bots every few days here. Oh wait, it's just a glitch. So yeah. I mean, YouTube then tends to do this crazy stuff here, and yeah, it's back again. So sometimes YouTube removes bots here, because sometimes bots are going to be subscribed to your channel, and sometimes YouTube removes them, and you just lose out of nowhere 200 or 300 subscribers. But yeah, we're extremely close right now here, so guys, don't forget to slap up that subscribe button right here. It will be truly appreciated if we can reach it today here. Let's see if we can do so, by the way. So it's going to be an exciting one, going to be a very exciting one. So let's see. So let's see. I thought you were leaving. You shocked us. Oh, no problem. No problem. You promised VeChain now. So yeah, let's go over VeChain for a second right now. So yeah, of course, VeChain is still coming down massively from the highs there. Pretty unfortunate it was not holding up towards the horizontal range over here. Pretty unfortunate it was not holding up towards these both of these horizontal ranges. But still, what we are seeing on VeChain, it's still respectively forming high low after high low after high low. Of course, it came down massively from the highs, what I do not like to see here. But of course, in terms of accumulation, if we're going to look at VeChain against Ethereum before going further towards the US dollar pair, it does clearly shows us right now a very interesting chart, right? So VeChain against Bitcoin VeChain against Ethereum comes down every single a few times here from the highs to the lows here. And every single time we're trading on these lower ranges here, once we're trading on these, oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, I just can't handle this. I can't handle this. We're just literally 1 subscriber away from the 72K right now. Sorry, I want to be really going over the Ethereum valuation. VeChain valuation. But guys, I really want to be smashing up to 72K as well here. Only one has to be smashing up the button and we can reach it. So we'll be checking in a second from now on. So yeah, VeChain, of course, coming down massively from the highs here. And of course, every single time we do reach this green box on the lower range here, we tend to see a massive market moves towards the upside. And that's, of course, pretty interesting to see. So right now we're retracing and we're trading on this level again. So it does clearly shows us, of course, a particularly low risk for accumulation. Against Bitcoin, has been trading in this downwards moving trend here on the weekly time frame, of course on the daily time frame as well, has been trading in this downward sloping trend here against Bitcoin. But right now it looks to be, of course, coming down here back again towards the support line. So for holding up towards the support line as well, we could be approaching this chart here on the VeChain compared to Bitcoin valuation as a rising falling wedge here. And of course, a falling wedge, if you don't know already, is a typical bullish bias pattern, and typical bullish bias pattern is of course more likely to be breaking out towards the upside as well. So I am for sure looking forward towards what we could be getting from this point here, and I definitely look forward towards what we could be getting from this this point onwards from here on with VeChain. So yeah, and I am very much looking forward towards what we are going to get here. But it does clearly looks like we're forming a huge reversal pattern. And of course, if you didn't know already, falling wedge is a price target of the top side of the wedge here. What could be right away a 65% surge against Bitcoin. And of course, all it takes for VeChain to right now literally explode towards $1 is going to be literally one big partner announcement. And of course, like last time around here, we moved up from 10 cents towards 27 cents in just a matter of 20 days here. What is a 200% surge? And personally, what I think here, that VeChain is of course fundamentally speaking a coin that is extremely high. Fundamentally speaking, VeChain has such good fundamentals and it's ready for a massive leg up, right? And what is going to be very interesting right now with VeChain is that I personally think it's going to only take one announcement of a big partnership and it's going to be absolutely exploding. I mean, the fundamentals are good here and I like to be buying into coins with good fundamentals. So yeah, VeChain is definitely could be ready for a massive leg up here anytime soon here. So I'm looking forward towards, of course, if we're going to be approaching the resistance from here on and we're going to drag it further on, you can clearly see this has been a previous resistance zone that right now is flipping us into support. So that's of course respectively still a little bit good here. And I would love to see, of course, and continuation from this point getting created as well here. So I look forward towards what VeChain is going to do here. Right now trading on 9.5 cents here. Of course, accumulation below 10 cents is extremely cheap. I think VeChain is extremely undervalued right now here. It definitely does not deserve to trade so low, but of course, like I said several times before here, if we're trading on levels and if we're trading in such low ranges here, never approach it like negative. Always focus on the positive things in life here. And of course, the positive thing we could be right now focusing on in VeChain is that VeChain is extremely undervalued and it is trading at an extreme cheap price here. So accumulating VeChain is very overpowered right now in these ranges, and of course probably like how fast we recovered last time around here towards the upside, like we moved up from the lows over here last time around. Yeah, we moved up 136% in 42 days here. I mean, VeChain can move up so quickly you probably don't know, and fundamentally it is ready for a massive leg up here, so I don't see why it couldn't right now perform so strong here. And of course, these ranges over here are very strong accumulation times, in my opinion. These ranges over here are very strong accumulation times. So, guys, by the way, I just see we just smashed it through the 72k. That's of course a crazy target that we reached today. So, guys, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I definitely love you guys that we smashed through the 72k today. I mean, this once again another big barrier that we broke through. Right now we're heading towards the 73k, so thank you already for subscribing to the channel, and let's head towards the next target here. So definitely very exciting, but yeah, indeed, VeChain, extremely low risk, extreme high returns are possible from this point as well. Comparison on Ethereum, comparison on Bitcoin and Ethereum are right now looking particularly strong here, so I'm looking forward towards it. I am very much looking forward towards it. Swing long on Ethereum, I mean, to be honest, it's for sure possible. To be honest, swing long on Ethereum is for sure possible. But if you're going to swing long Ethereum, VeChain, excuse me, there are some things that you have to be keeping, that you have to be looking at. First of all, don't use high leverage. Don't use high leverage on VeChain. Second of all, use a pyramid trading strategy. So you're going to accumulate a low leverage trade, let's say with 100k, let's say 100k quantity. Then if the market comes down, you're going to do another 100k quantity. Once the market comes down, you do another 200k quantity. Then you're going to do another 400k quantity. So you're going to average in your position very good. So you could always drag your entry price down if the market keeps continuously going down. I do not think it's going to come down further on. But of course, we do know if Bitcoin right now is going to create a very significant correction in the market, it's going to be VeChain that's most likely going to take a little bit of a hit as well. So yeah, pretty important to look at right now. So let's see what we're going to be having from this point here. But indeed, if you want to be accumulating a swing trade position on VeChain, please use low leverage and use a pyramid trading strategy. If you do not use a pyramid trading strategy, you're most likely going to go towards Rack City, of course. Bullish divergence on the daily subchart on Rover. I mean, yeah, indeed, we're forming a very significant bullish divergence. So yeah, but the channel is literally curving up parabolic right now. So that's absolutely lovely to see here. So yeah, hopefully we could be seeing so Bitcoin so far. Now a lot of interesting things here what we're having. So Frank is saying congrats and thank you so much for your yeah, for letting me know, of course. So that's truly amazing. But guys, guys, do you still own funds? Yeah, I'm still hodling it. I'm still hodling funds here. It came down massively, if I say it correctly. I don't know. I already now looked at the chart for a while here, and I'm still owning the token. Bitcoin is making an ascending triangle. I mean, an ascending triangle is a typical continuation pattern, of course, but I do not see an ascending triangle getting formed over here from this point. Ascending triangle, if you don't know already, is horizontal range with an upper sloping support line. So like this, but we're not forming an ascending triangle right now. So like you can see over here, ascending triangle. It's not a thing that we are forming right here. Oh, excuse me. This is an ascending triangle. This is not what we're forming. So please, yeah, I don't know. And of course, usually ascending triangles are bullish bias patterns. They could be, of course, bearish bias in some cases if you're coming in a downtrend, of course, like you can see on the right side of the screen. But yeah, we're not forming an ascending triangle right now here. No. And of course, if you were approaching an ascending triangle, you could have been approaching it from this, of course, from this side. But yeah, like you can see, it broke bullish towards the upside. So it's looking good. Is there a bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart? Yes, there's indeed a bearish divergence right now playing out here since this previous candle came down here. So yeah, we're seeing a very minor bearish divergence, but please do take in consideration this bearish divergence can be getting invalidated very easily. And I mean, over here we formed as well one. So yeah, we're indeed seeing a bearish divergence. But usually, if you do want to be seeing a bearish divergence, you want to be seeing a little bit more significant one. But yeah, 1 hour bearish divergence could be maybe result in a correction back towards 51k and then come up once again from that point. So yeah, indeed, we're forming one. So let's see how it's going to be playing out. But guys, right now, what is Bitcoin going to do here? It's getting bought up a little bit on the lower side here. 51.2k still is the level that we're trading on. I think we're already preparing ourselves for a massive amount of volatility. So far, we have been not seeing the volatility returning towards the market. But yeah, let's see what we're going to be getting from this point here. Guys, by the way, tomorrow I will be doing another stream. But the day after, I unfortunately will be not able to do a stream here. So I will be uploading some videos. Let's see, tomorrow, sorry, 2 days from now on, I will be probably not be able to stream for 3 days in a row. So afterwards, I will be once again being streaming again. That's because I'm heading towards the last race of the Formula 1 Grand Prix, and of course, I will be not having a lot of time at that point because yeah, I'm going to just spend some time with some friends and family. So of course, I've not had a long time off here, so that's the reason I'm going to be off for, let's say, 2 or 3 days of streaming. So afterwards I will be back streaming, of course, on the channel, but that's pretty unfortunate. So this weekend I will be not really able to stream here. And of course, I will be back the next week afterwards once again. And then we're as well going to look maybe at this 12-hour stream that I'm going to be planning to do so for you guys out there. So let me see what we're going to be having. So yeah, Bitcoin is coming down 51.2k right now here. Why is it dangerous right now? Someone asking us, because we're still looking in a bear flag scenario. And as long as Bitcoin is not going to be breaking the top side of this resistance, yeah, we're going to look at a little bit more of a bearish structure on this market. So that's the reason why I'm a little bit more neutral right now and why I'm taking it a little bit more slow. So yeah, pretty interesting. 48 minutes left remaining. Support Max, of course. I will be supporting Max, of course. I will be supporting Max. Max has to be world champion because otherwise I'm pissed off. So no, I'm for sure going to support Max, my biggest man. But yeah, indeed, it's going to be crazy ways, and I mean, I want to be at a race that's going to write history for at least the Dutch history books, at least. So it's going to be very nice. Hamilton or Max? For sure, I'm a Max supporter. I like to be. I mean, personally, I'm Dutch as well, but I like to support an underdog because yeah, Hamilton has been for the last 6 years in a row, and I won 7 years in a row, so 6 years in a row, excuse me. So I would like to see Max. No, not the last 6 years because we have Rosberg as well with it, but yeah, I just like to see someone else win, and I like, because I'm Dutch as well, I like the personality. I love Max, so I would love to see Max winning. So I think the fans, there are more Max fans than Lewis fans, but I don't know exactly, but. It's just my sporting heart. So let's see what we're going to have. And it shows towards the downside. Which time frame? Let me know. Let's go Max. Yes, let's go Max. It's going to be hard. Yeah, it's going to literally go down to the wire. I think they're literally going to be on the same pace. So it's going to be very, very interesting. CR7 or Messi. I mean, I like them both. I think CR7. I don't know. I'm not really into football, to be honest. So very hard to say. What did you do for a living before trading Bitcoin? I worked at McDonald's before trading Bitcoin. I worked at McDonald's. That's what I did for a living before. Do you going to watch in person the last race? Yes, I'm going to go to the race, and I'm going to be on the orange grandstand, so it's going to be pretty at Team Mix. Indeed. I mean, the chat is also pretty salty about the last race, I think. Let me see. Bitcoin. And thank you, man, Johnny. Do you will be next year in Monaco as well? Yeah, I will be next year. I will be at a lot of races. I will be at Monaco as well. I will be at the Dutch Grand Prix, and I will be next year as well. Do some paddock passes. Right now, it was not able anymore to get a paddock pass for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I don't know if you didn't know it, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never done it before, so I want to do paddock pass as well. I'm looking forward towards it. Of course, I always respect everyone's achievements. I mean, I just respect everything. Let me see, I have over there. But guys, right now, unfortunately, I will be doing something what probably a lot of people didn't like here. But right now, I will be wrapping up the stream here. And I will tell you guys, I will be back live later today. I can promise you already, I will be jump on live later today. But right now, there's still some things in my head that I right now have to sort out. I have to do some stuff here. And right now, I will be promise you guys, I will be back later today, probably around the stock market open. I will be jumping live again here, or if we're going to see any significant move in the market. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now, so you're not going to be missing out on the next stream. We're going to drop out here. So later today, no matter what happens, I will be jumping live again here. So guys, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notifications so you're going to be not miss out anything here. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll check you guys later today in another stream here on my channel. We're going to be maybe even do a longer stream than this one, because yeah, this is a pretty short stream here, but I will be back later today with a better one, with a longer one where you're going to see more price action. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in once again towards the amazing stream. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.